Look at you over there, welcoming you back to crypto's juiciest news. Baby dolls, we are looking at a $67,000 Bitcoin. It is still consolidating this range. Once again, we want this thing to pump up and expand above 74,000. But I'm always skeptical, friends. I'll always be skeptical. Always. That's just it, because I've just seen these things. By the way, in markets, friends, just to let you know, markets range 80% of the time. So literally, if you're betting on a range, you're right 80% of the time. It's just that we are here for that final 15 to 20% in crypto where it stops becoming a range. It keeps going and going and going and going. But also, you got to remember, right? It goes up and it goes down. So actually, friends, when you look at it, you're only playing for the final 10%. That's literally because it's 10% up and 10% down. 80% it's a range most of the time. That's another way to think about it, right? And actually, it makes sense because if there's a 36 or a 4-year cycle, okay, 4-year rotation roughly, so let's say 40 months, yeah, 10% of that is just 4 months. That's literally the end game. That's the old season. That's the final big old season, just to clarify on that. You see that 10% of the time. And also that principle fractals itself down here as well. So you might have this whole period. You might find the very, very, very end, okay, then we go up, but you don't know how long it's going to go, right? You never know how long it's going to go, and there's different ranges. So it's just something to keep at the back of your mind. And if we observe the Bitcoin chart on the weekly, friends, remember that the weekly super trend is still holding up. It is insane. Remember, if we just go back, friends, if it really is a strange fractal from here. So, friends, I know there's a lot of differences as well, but I mean, like, this one lasted for literally, this was a shock one. It literally lasted for like 800 days. That's insane. The peak was like maybe 750 days. But if we did 800 days, that would be, whoa, where would 800 days land? Oh, that's crazy, friends. That's actually March 2025, April 2025. I just want to make sure that we got that 100% correct. You do about 800 days. Wow, that could be to March or April of 2025. That's how long that bull market of this just green weekly super trend was able to go for. Yeah, so it's about that 790 to 800 days. That'd be nuts. Imagine that happens. That like no one would expect that. But I'm going to tell you something, friends. If we are moving towards the end of this year, and let's say Dark Prophecy, we get the scenario of Dark Prophecy, but it ushers in the final big old season wave. Okay, well, at least we're going to have this idea in our minds. If we get there, we're going to be like, hey, remember the fractal of exactly 800 days? It's around April to May. By the way, this is 12 months after the Bitcoin halving on the dot. It's literally right here. So look, we don't know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen, of course, but it's be mindful to be prepared. Remember, friends, I know new people coming in, friends, they always have this same view. They're like, oh, well, they're skeptical. They're like, oh, no, this person might be trying to sell me an indicator. They're trying to sell me on something. I'm not trying to sell you in anything. I don't really care. I'm just showing you how I think. And how I think is I'm ready for every single path. I don't care whichever one plays out. I'm not here to be right. I don't care. I'm just here to make money. And I can see a lot of these paths that include people being sidelined right now. And that's what me and you want to hear. We want to hear that people are sidelined. And speaking of sidelined, Ethereum people are absolutely butchered beyond imagination, friends. This is one of the most disgusting things to see for an Ethereum chart. Now, obviously, friends, everybody in crypto would kill for this chart. This is the ETH BTC ratio. They literally kill up here, okay? Literally kill. There's a log chart of it. But this is useless now. No one cares, friends. No one cares, what you did 5, 7, 8, 9 years ago. No one cares about that. They care about what you've done for them recently. That's pretty much it. What have you done for me recently? That's what it comes down to, man. That's the whole game. That's why it's a tough game. By the way, I'm going to leave this up here. Look at this. There's a risk curve, right? If we go down, Bitcoin, maybe it's got a 2x to go. Maybe, Ethereum, maybe a 2 to 3x. Layer 1 chains, PulseChain, right? Could do like an 8x, meme coins, 40x. That was from the time I started mentioning it, when Bitcoin was at 70K. But just to show you there's a risk curve, the higher risk you take, there is more upside to be had. However, you gotta pick the right stuff. That's why it's in the risk curve part of it, right? There are more coins to select from. That's the thing. See, friends, Solana, they minted 136,000 Solana coins in the past 7 days. So try to find the gem out of that. But you know us, man. We know there's more to it than that. It's all about how sticky it is. If there's a strong community, you can look at how frequently real humans are tagging on Twitter. What about the memes, the culture, the Telegram? That's the type of stuff I do, and I'm here to report to you back. Now, friends, do you want to check this out? GameSpot, right? They did the Burj Khalifa chart retrace. And this is it right here. GameStop short squeeze. GameStop announced to issue shares for the next 3 years Crypto is so much better. You can actually see the token holders, and without admin keys, they can't just mint more coins than that. Look at this chart price stamp, friends. Bang. You see that? Snap. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. See, friends, that's the thing. So if you want to know, friends, a lot of people go, oh, crypto, stocks, it's all gambling. No, but what type of gambling? There's a different gambling. In stocks, you have your edge is complete. It's different. You can get an edge in stocks, but your edge is so dwindled. Because in stocks, friends, you don't really own anything. You don't own anything. They have permanent admin keys, which means they can change the supply. They can just make more of it. It's literally like, friends, I tell you, this is the only squeaky chair in the world, and I'm never going to make any more of it. And then you say, oh my gosh, I'll give you $10 million for this squeaky chair. So then you give it to me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, if this guy paid $10 million, maybe the next guy will pay another $10 million. So I should make another squeaky chair, not tell him. You see what I mean? That's pretty much how the stock market world works. Whenever they go up, they keep diluting and dumping more shares. And that's what happened with GameStop. Very, very unfortunate. But it's been FUD news. Look at this. Massive debt. My brother in Christ, they have virtually no debt anymore, and they have something like 900 million in cash. The filing was also for them to issue the shares within 3 years. So it doesn't mean they are even selling right now. Sometimes it's hard to see the difference between a crash and loading the gun. This is the reality. They loaded the same gun. Last time there was a sneeze, so be prepared to take advantage of the price run. Last time it resulted in them being debt-free with over 1 billion in cash in hand. Wonder how it'll work this time. Can't speak for AMC. So that's why it's basically everyone's there to support. But look, man, if you're friends, let the stock market, let the stock market boomer guys, let them go to their deaths and do that as well. Like, we're here to support. We love it. We want them to, yes, short squeeze, destroy the banks. We love all that. But friends, what they're doing is, okay, they've walked into a casino, and like they've got a corner of the casino, and they're like, yeah, we're going to like have fun. We're going to play our own games of the casino. That's what they're doing here. Whereas we're saying, guess what, Habib? Instead of walking into this casino, they have cameras, they got guys with guns, there's the management there, you know what I mean? The girl is bugged, the girls are fed, everyone's fed in there. Okay, instead of walking into that casino, we literally built another casino across the road. You literally don't have to, all you have to do is just turn around and just walk straight. That's it. That's what they've done in crypto, right? They don't have these rules that end up crushing the little guy. So what's going to happen from here, friends? I mean, even like, it's sad to see this, but it is what it is, okay? If people want to go gamble on that, that's it, okay? Why are they all doing that? It's because they all have stockbroker accounts. It's easy for the tickers, that's why. They're like, oh, how do I learn crypto? They don't know what a MetaMask is. Yeah, okay, sweet. Well, you get to miss out the 120x on DickWifButt and all the other amazing things that we've been covering. Also wanted to quickly show you, Russia and Iran are working to create a single dog poop fiat for the BRICS nation. So, friends, it's all fiat. It's all the same things. They're all like, oh, let's go against the US dollar. Nah, man, because they can try. They can try, but it's unless they're backing it with crypto, where they can't change the admin keys, which they'll never, ever, ever do ever in the history of mankind, friends. No one will ever give you that power. Ever, ever, ever. Okay, it's literally, friends, like a father saying, hey, I've given you access to the house, to my children, and you can invite any of your friends over, and I'm never allowed to change the locks on the door, ever. Would any family member ever agree to that? They're like, hey, here are keys. Invite whoever you want in the home for infinite. I'm never allowed to ever change the locks on this house. Why would you ever make that rule? You know what I mean? The government's never going to make that rule. That's basically the keys for them to change the supply. Okay, so what's going to happen from here? Probably more US dollar dominance, friends. The US dollar dominance has been slowly drifts down over time as the world gets more basically globalized and stuff here and there. But, you know, crypto's the future. Why? Because our bags go up. That's pretty much it. The crypto industry has given the coffin emoji to Ethereum, and you know what that means. So you're watching this Ethereum price, friends. I mean, it's been very sad to see, but look, to be honest, friends, it's actually nothing out of the ordinary, because when I show you this, yes, Ethereum is in its third cycle. Glad it's got this green monthly candle, but you can see all the damage from the ETH BTC chart right here, friends. The ETH BTC chart, look, the truth is that your friend Tommy is not going to just pretend that Ethereum isn't a third cycle coin now. It is. Everyone loves it, but that's the third cycle trap, because everybody loves it so much, because it's had 2 cycles of doing great. Ethereum, friends, is third cycle. Dare I say it's poop. Just like Bitcoin last cycle was poop. Yes, it was poop, by the way. It broke the high. It retraced the whole freaking top. If you bought Bitcoin when it got exciting at 20K, 20 to 25K, guess what? Comes back all the way to 15. Poopy time. That's poop return compared to how much everything else did, okay? So Bitcoin was in its third cycle. So yes, everything in its third cycle, they suck. By the way, what was Ethereum, friends? The narrative, okay, here's the thing. If you have a super powerful narrative, it doesn't mean you last forever. It just means that your pump can be either enormous, medium, or poop. That's it. It's the level of the pump. It's not the duration of the pump. So that's another way, friends. So that's another way to think about it, okay? So if you have a really good narrative, what's this? Ethereum's a unicorn narrative. Ethereum is a unicorn. The world's first smart contract platform. That's it. The world's first smart contract platform. And it gave a unicorn, man, 4,000x first cycle. Last cycle, as a blue chip, rank 2 did a 50x from the bottom to the top, right? Isn't that insane? From $100 to almost $5,000, bang, 40 to 50x, big. Now you're in the third cycle. And you don't, look, you end up going up. You just don't end up doing the unicorn run. It is what it is. Now, there will be a time, friends, probably to collect Ethereum again. I was like, friends, look, I don't really care. Do you know, friends, I know you don't believe me, but you probably do if you just check the comments. Do you know how many people have been pooping on me for deploying Ethereum, for deploying it? So many people. Because, friends, in PulseChain community, often core coins to a PulseChain community is Richard Hart coins. Yeah, but to everybody else in crypto, core coins means Bitcoin and Ethereum. But guess what? Most of the people who are in Ethereum land, core to them is 90% ETH. That's literally it. Someone super risky will have 75% Ethereum. Okay, so just think about that. They have 90% ETH. And they're getting, and then here I am saying, deploy it, deploy it, deploy it, deploy it. It's going to be a bull market. You see what I mean? If you're making the right bets, man, they're getting, look, here's the thing. They still have time. They still have time to allocate. But you're just getting to see meme coins and all this other stuff moving. And look, obviously, don't deploy. Look, when you hear this, I know you want to get excited and go do all these actions. No, that's the opposite of what you should do. But just think about everything I just told you. Okay, it's a third cycle coin, third cycle narrative. Other things are going to fly more, especially cycle 1 advantages versus cycle 3. You just get to see, man, they're just too heavy. And that leads me on to my next point, friends. The entire crypto industry keeps calling the top on meme coins. There are fake GCR messages circulating around trying to psyops people into saying that it's over for meme coins. And this got really, really popular. Now, a lot of people always ask, who's GCR? Who's GCR? It's this guy, the shoe bill guy. That's it. That's GCR, okay? Gigantic rebirth, okay? I've made videos about him. Also, shout out to Mr. GCR because some of you early Somi believers, right? You're welcome to the friendship cult. You found me because he shouted me out. Now, I don't even know where he talked about me because he's so in the shadows. But you want to see, friends, this is not his real P&L, but basically he made like $1 billion. He's basically he made like, 500 million to $1 billion. His clip size of a lottery ticket in Donald Trump coin was 7.5 million. Just gets me every time. His lottery ticket. You know when he watches your friend Somi lottery ticket, he's like, okay, throw in 7.5 million into that. Oh man, that's nuts. Okay, so there are fake GCR screenshots circulating. It's meant to incite fear. The fake messages say that the top is in, meme coins will rinse to zero, and it's all over. However, know that GCR paid $4 million for the dog with hat NFT. Yes, he did. The actual dog with hat NFT. The actual dog with hat, the picture. I don't know why it's some original. He paid $4 million for it. And he bought $7.5 million of Donald Trump coin. He also recently said to get long 1 month ago. This is the fake message being propagated, friends. So these guys, friends, you got to see this. Look, this is look, they either did good Photoshop or that they changed their names. But look at the amount of energy taken. It's GCR. It's got a star here. And look, they even have other people's messages. They have emojis in there. If you have little edge, your time to sell was a few months ago. There is still opportunity. See what I mean? But all of it is just fake messaging. Fake messaging used to use that. And it got really, really, really popular. Look at this. Friends, almost 1 million views, okay? And friends, even look at this. This is the Indian GCR. They joke Hasaka. 9 out of 10 attempt. 8 to each person's linguistic style decently well. So what, friends, the level of psyops in this was huge. They even copied other influencers that are in the channel from Twitter and used their same words of how they speak. It would be like someone puts me in there and I'll go, wow, that's a fantastic prediction, baby doll. You know, and everyone's like, oh yeah, that guy says baby doll. You know what I mean? That's the type of stuff going in here. That's kind of funny. Oh man, it's kind of crazy to see that almost 1 million views. But also, I've just made a quick post to show you too here. Look at this, okay? The fake psyops messages got 1 million views. Just goes to show how much anxiety everyone has to call the top of meme coins. Bull markets are climbing a wall of worry. The top is in when nobody is brave enough to call it because the crowd is euphoric. That is obviously from me. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, the top is in when, but here's the thing. It's in. No one's going to come tell you, hey, nobody's calling the top. No. No one even says the word the top. It's not on anybody's mind. No one even thinks about anywhere like that. It doesn't even enter the zeitgeist. It takes someone like me sitting skeptically like, oh my gosh, friends, have you noticed that it's been like 2 months of this and like no one is brave enough to say the top is in for the whole cycle? That is in, friends. There's no more anxiety anymore. No more anxiety because everyone's like, oh, well, of course we're going to keep going up. The best is yet to come. That's why I try to line myself up to see how could this scenario play out. That's why I'm always thinking like, oh my gosh, is it a Donald Trump victory where he like promises tax cuts and they fire corrupt Chairman Gary Gensler? You know, is it that with money printing, with something? Is it a double printer scenario where next year, friends, let's say Donald Trump wins, friends, for example, and then in December this year, there's a big stock market crash. And then they put on the money printers, where they literally put on the money print. They go infinite QE. That's it. We're putting it on again. And then crypto has a bull at the final end in January, February, March, April. Goes for like 4 months. And then I'm there thinking, oh my gosh, crypto has historically tops out around this month of April, and everyone's partying around us. And I might say, remember my double printer scenario. So friends, how's anybody going? No one's ever going to think like that. That's literally a black swan, pretty much. We're like saying, well, we've done money printing 5 times now. I've just got a feeling that the next one is it's going to fail. It's going to start rolling over. I was like, the money printer's on. How are we going down? Something appears. You know, friends, we always got to be ready for these. We don't sell. We're still turbo long because we're not anywhere near with the weak hands yet. Okay, we're not anywhere near the weak hands yet. That's the most important part. Now, friends, check this out. Official Landwolf hit over 20 million market cap. This is absolutely insane, friends. This deserves another video. This thing is still curling up. Look, this is a linear chart. It's still curling up. So it hit 20 million. Actually went as high overnight. I think it was like 22 million. I mean, that's wonderful to see. Hits up 22 million. You can see this, friends. This is official Landwolf. 5-time rug survivors. 5-time vampire survivors. This is where the triangle matches up. I mean, it's just nice rounding bottom. I can't wait, man. I hope really this fulfills its destiny. Remember, Pepe coin is the spear. Pepe hit 4 billion. I think Pepe can still hit 20 billion, 50 billion. I'm hoping it's the 100 billion meme coin. I don't know if it is, but if Pepe's at 20 billion, 20, all right, and Landwolf is 5% of that, then you get 1 billion. That's how everyone measures all these derivative stuff. They can hit 5 to 10% of the valuations of these. Interesting though, right? If you go and look at Brett hit 750 million. But here's the thing. Pepe was 4 billion. So if you do this ratio, you go, wait a minute. 700 million on 4 billion is almost, it was 20%, friends. It hit basically 20% of Pepe's market cap. Now, the interesting part about that is when I looked deep into Brett, I realized there are a lot of coins that just don't sell. I think they were just given to early people, early believers. I don't know if like Crypto Banter Rand said he was in the ICO for Brett. He was given allocation. So there's some sort of group that just got given the coins, okay? So the liquidity was very thin versus that. The liquidity on average, if you're looking at the DEX liquidity, it was like 3 million-ish. So for a coin that size, it should have been like 10 million. All right, so pretty much if you were to equate it, you basically drop the market cap equivalent by 70%. So I'll drop 700 million by 70% and it brings you down to 200 million, roughly. So now here's the thing, friends. If you do 200 million compared to Pepe's 4 billion, you're around 5% now. So you get to see the derivative hit about 5%. Let me show you the chart right now. So this is the Brett chart as well. You see Brett up here, friends. I'll change it to the market cap so you can see more clearly, right? If you change to the weekly here, this is the weekly. You get to see up here, see it hit around 700 million. So this is everything I've been talking about up here, 700 million. But even up here, that's why I've been telling you, the liquidity in Brett was quite thin versus what they normally are. So it's interesting right now. Of course, friends, this isn't an exact science, but I'm just telling you, it's a common pattern we get to see derivative or the second guy, the second to thirds. Like, what's the cap they can always hit? It's about 5 to 10% around that zone. That's why I'm big. If I'm conservative, right? If Pepe hits 20 billion and Landwolf just does 5% of that, okay, it gets all the way to 1 billion here, which is up here. It's about 50x higher. Now, I'm not saying it will. Okay, none of this is financial advice. I'm just showing you in a bull market, people just value relative to other things. That's it. Because the greed eventually takes over everyone and everyone just wants a good deal. Just, I want a good deal, but what's a good deal to them? They go, oh, but this thing went like, to 100 billion. Therefore, this thing at 100 million is really small. I can get a 10x to 1 billion. That's how people start thinking towards a bull market. However, you need the bull market greed to overtake. You can't get this in a bear market. You can't get this in the early phases of disbelief because there's not enough of the whirlwind of profit making and money pumping around to motivate people yet. But we're waiting for that moment. All right, friends. Also, many PulseChain altcoins have continued to consolidate, right? There are many, many others, friends. I just want to show you as well. Remember, I recently made a video on Bro. Okay, now Bro, friends, it has inflation from the BBC stakeholders. So love that name, right? BBC, the big black, it really is the rooster. Okay, BBC is the incentive token. It's like the reward token, but it's got more use cases and features, upgrades from shout out to Hexy Bastard and the 9-inch crew over there. Remember, friends, they're the guys made Poor Pleb, part of the Poor Pleb universe. So they launched BitBoy's token and I made a video on it. Now, I'm just going to show you, right? It's low. And yes, to me, friends, there is 5 months of inflation left. 5 months. Okay, so I'll just change it to a weekly chart. That's pretty much it. So 5 months could just be here. I am happy to DCA once a month. Okay, once a month, once every 2 to 4 weeks. It is what it is. Now, if this was 2022 or 2023, I could confidently tell you it's going down only until all the inflation's out. It's going down only. That's back then, but it's a bull market now. Inflation comes and there's greed to absorb it. But it's BitBoy as well. It's so 5 to 6 million market cap to me. It doesn't seem expensive for a BitBoy network effect because you're basically betting on him growing. Okay, so that's just explaining one of it. So please don't throw too many bullets in. Don't go hard. It's a lottery ticket. Okay, friends, I already tell you right now, 30% of these coins aren't going to make it. All right, assume 30%. Okay, the real number is more like 10%, but I'm telling you, just assume 30 because even if we get 50, friends, you don't know. We don't know. Maybe 50% don't make it. It's really, really important for you to think like that. So you're like, oh man, there's a 50% chance this thing goes to 0. Okay, sweet. It really is. But there's the other 50% chance that gives you 10 to 20x on whatever core coin you're expecting to grab. Okay, so it's very, very important. Also, DickWifButt has shown enormous strength, friends. So look, here's the thing, friends. There are some other derivatives, okay? Now, I'm not talking about other Tang Gang derivatives. I'm talking about, so DickWifButt, he's got a wife, all right? TWV, okay? I can't say her name. Like, Hooters with Lady Garden, right? So that's pretty much it. So that's pretty much it. That's the official family, if you want to know. It's a part of the Tang Gang special. So there's DWB DickWifButt, which is this cute, lovable, him, Mr. Dinky, okay? Mr. Dinky. So Mr. Dinky, that's actually a pretty funny name. I wonder if we should just call him that, Mr. Dinky. All right, that's funny. He's actually DickButt, right? Mr. Dinky. So PulseChain has the most fun and lovable meme coin culture, solid communities who were here from day one, fair launch is best launch. DickWifButt DWB is just one of many examples available on PulseChain. Okay, so that's Mr. Dinky as well. He also has his wife over here, right? Lady Hooters. Okay, so Lady Hooters. Can't even say the words on the internet. But she has a chart here, and guess what? The chart's strong as well. So, friends, it's part of the Tang Gang spreadsheet. So, if you follow the spreadsheet and you wanted it, you could get it. Okay, so look, it's a very strong chart. This is a linear chart as well. So, the log chart, obviously, it is strong. It is strong. It's up to 400, 500K market cap. So, that's pretty much it. You see husband and wife. Now, they're the official Tang Gang ones. There are other ones circulating where they are more derivative. They're like people trying to throw in a character to be appropriate. And honestly, that's fine. It's all crypto anyway. You can't stop anybody from doing it. I'm just showing you that there is a distinction out here. One of them is Tang Gang universe, bonded by the Tang Gang people. Everyone knows that. And these other ones are pretty much outsiders. So I don't want to use the word vampire. I don't want to use the word like a copy or anything because it's crypto, okay? But I want you to know that they're outside. I don't know who's really in control. There's people around in the community. You don't know. You have to do the research yourself, okay? That's pretty much it. You have to do the research yourself. If you are happy with it, it's okay. But also, I just want to give you a warning. There are people making different DickWifButt derivatives, right? They're obviously just pretty much vampires. They're just basically like putting a different thing around it, changing it around. They're trying to make a whole new coin. And look, it's up to everybody, up to, I guess, the market to decide whatever they want. Okay, eventually, though, what I can tell you, probably the same thing's going to happen just like with Pepe. If the community stays powerful enough around the meme, the coin, then eventually it hits a critical mass where any derivative copycat is seen as negative and people don't want to try that idea anymore. It happened with Bitcoin. Okay, that's what I learned it from. I observed that in Bitcoin. but it's also happened with Pepe. So if you make another Pepe, oh, this is Pepe on Avalanche. People are like, nah, that's boring. You know what I mean? Like, that's pretty much it. Everyone knows Pepe's on Ethereum now. But it takes a certain size and a certain amount of time and duration and effort from the community, and then you hit a critical mass. That critical mass part, obviously, we're waiting to see. So I think that's eventually what's going to happen with this DickWifButt, and then eventually it'll be like months and months later, and then people will move into like trying to do other things out there that are new out here. So just informing you of what's going on. Now, friends, you know, this DickWifButt chart, man, that's actually amazing. Let's go check the market cap around here. It is beautiful to see as well. By the way, friends, like, I just want to show you, okay, GIFF. GIFF is actually, look at this, biggest move up. But look, man, I got to tell you this, man. TreVon, friends, shout out to TreVon. Actually, TreVon James put $10 in this, turned it into 20 grand. He literally made, $10 into literal 20 grand. He has the video, friends. Got to remind you, GIFF. So shout out to everybody in GIFF. So GiffedWare token. Okay, that's awesome to see. So as you notice, friends, I'll cover stuff that I don't have. I missed it, friends. Saying to me, where's your coverage on it? I didn't know, bro. Maybe 1 out of the 3,000 people out there were tagging me about it. Shout out to Kinetics for actually telling TreVon about it. See, friends, TreVon made this with a lottery ticket. It launched, TreVon just put in $10. He's like, okay, buy this coin. He types it on stream. He's still got the video out. Types it on stream. He's like, okay, put in. See the power of lottery tickets? Now, friends, you get to see this. So, see, imagine if you did this, right? Here's the thing. GIFF didn't do any dips. It did not do any dips along the way. The biggest dip was here, 30 to 40%, okay? But this is the type of stuff that, unfortunately, the crypto market's that more competitive. You have to be able to willing to do it. The beautiful part is you can do it on PulseChain. You cannot do this on Ethereum because Ethereum's gas fees, when the time is to start doing these on new launches, they're probably making it around more expensive times, okay? So now you get to see the true power of what happens when you throw in a lottery ticket. This got $10 into 20 grand. That's insane, man. That's insane, okay? So there's plenty more opportunity out here. You just have to keep your wits about you, all right? Obviously, that's why lottery tickets, man. Lottery tickets, people can keep knocking them. I mean, friends, I don't really care. I don't care what other people think, right? It's very, very apparent. Like, if you look at this chiseled jaw, friends, this chiseled jaw does not care what people think. I know what this stuff works. I know buy low, sell high works. I know I've shown you all these narratives, ages, all these things. I'm putting literally the Bible out here literally for free out here. Now, hopefully, the core coins like PulseChain can start rallying up, because right now, man, it's not nice to be back towards corrupt SEC levels, kind of showing you, well, it is what it is, right? The people are reacting like, hey, I want to be early to stuff. Okay, you're not early if there's like 2.5 billion still on this giant discount. That's pretty much it. The market pretty much is feeling that out. So don't sell your core coins. People are throwing them out, but you also know, I'm just telling you, me, if I had new fresh fiat coming in tomorrow, I would be obviously throwing them into cheaper meme coins. That's pretty much what I'll be doing. Cheaper meme coins, or if you find cheaper tech where the teams own all the coins, send them to me so I can have a look at them. Make sure you like, subscribe. Catch you soon.